Oh, hi there. In the last few days, I wanted to make a point of saying this. There has been what I assume is some dude who's been making comments on one of my videos. I don't get a lot of comments on my videos, so I take them very seriously. And, like, he was talking a bunch of shit. Like, the thing is, um, there are examples of when you engage in social media or other avenues of self-expression, that there will be people who interpret what you say incorrectly. And this, whoever it was, most certainly was interpreting what I was saying incorrectly. This I know for a fact, and it was kind of strange. It like didn't even make sense, the conversations we were having, because as I said, not many people comment on my videos, not many people are capable of commenting on my videos, as a matter of fact. Because I happen to know a few people who, just for laughs and giggles, would comment on some of my videos, whether they liked them or not, or whatever they thought. But they don't ever do that, and that's because YouTube inhibits them from being able to do that. So anyway, this jack off, he comments on my videos, and I have some conversation with him, and I'm saying how the bureaucracy did me wrong, and he's trying to say, well, it's not like how you think, and no, you don't have those rights, and things like that. And I explained to him very clearly as to why he was wrong. He was actually commenting on my opinion of Eric Carlson and how I think his son Axel has just gone into hiding. At no point does he try to refute any point I've made in the video, which is an hour long. Instead, he starts attacking my character. And I did say a few videos back that I believed that I was an incel. But the thing was, I didn't quite understand what the word meant at the time. I'd heard it through the grapevine, and, obviously I just didn't have a very good perspective of it. And then I started looking into it, and, CBC, as I said, did in another video, did a report on it, and it was all male bashing. It was like associating men with all these horrible things, in particular hatred of women, um, cause for anger, blah, 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 blah. And as I'm saying, and I said to him, that's not applicable to me. And to other people, incel is in reference to involuntary celibacy. But I'm telling you, when you watch these programs, I couldn't even stand watching them. I really gotta watch that CBC stupid documentary with whatever the fuck that stupid bitch's name is. And it's a bunch of bullshit. Um, they're basically implying if you're an involuntary celibate and you're a male, you deserve it. That's not true at all. There are many factors. There are people out there who are not punished for their wrongdoings. They do so, and it's not that people are ignorant about it. As a matter of fact, a lot of people know about it, but they don't do nothing about it because that's just how crooked the system is. And it's men and women. So yeah, me as a person, bit frustrated because my situation could be better in regards to my sore throat, me having a social life and that kind of thing. Although other things are pretty kick-ass, but other than that, there are some things that I have some gripes about. Anyway, does that mean I hate or dislike women as a whole? Absolutely not. And my male counterparts, do I dislike or hate them as a whole? No. But there are plenty hovering around, in particular my social media or my psychiatric record or whatever, which, there isn't much there, to be honest. There's a lot of paperwork, but it doesn't actually say much because there's just not much to say. It was pretty easy going through their system. And those people I don't like. And what do they think I am? Some sort of chode, and I'm supposed to like everybody? Or I'm, self-loathing, self-hatred, fucking incel who hates everybody, especially women? Fuck off, you asshole. You probably fucking know more women that you don't like, and you may have a chick, you may not. He may have been a homosexual. I have no idea. I'm not going to cast judgment. I'm not going to assume his gender because he made a post on my video, and not only that, his name, profile picture. Who the fuck is he? And the fact that nobody can comment on my videos suggests that he's some sort of Facebook admin or fucking bureaucrat, one of the two. Creepy fuckers, to say the least. Anyway, I'm pointing out his bullshit, and he keeps coming at me with his same fucking simplistic rhetoric. And, I'm 32 years of age in 3 days. So, no, your bullshit's not going to work on me. You can keep trying it over and over again. And I've said in posts on Facebook forums, meme forums where they say, oh, if you report us, we're gonna ban you, and it's all no holds barred, and blah 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 blah. But it's a fucking bureaucrat running it, and they appear to be, a little bit unhinged, a little bit crazy, and that's just to flesh out the real crazies, the stupid ones. And yeah, that, I could kind of understand. I could go, okay, they want to find the people who, are a little bit gone in the head or something like that, misguided, whatever, and they want to bring them to, I don't know, I guess the light or something like that. But the thing is, from what I've seen, based on what they say and how they say it and how often they say it, I begin to wonder who really is the crazy people. Is it me? Because quite often the forum structure is that it's a crazy event and there's an absurd opinion about it, and that is the main narrative. And if you contradict it, it becomes an echo chamber, and they just get mad at you. And this is all in order for them to, flush out people. I understand that, but I made it quite clear that no, your cheap dime store magic tricks aren't going to work on me. They're just not. And as I said earlier in this video, you can keep trying. You can do it as long as you want, but it isn't going to work. I mean, I got a sore throat, so unfortunately I can't go out in the social community like I'd like to, but the sore throat is going to go away. And when it does, I'm going to be looking out for these assholes, because these assholes are the biggest butthurt sacks of shit the fucking world has ever seen. They're constantly going on. They'll insult you going, oh, you're butthurt, you're easily offended, blah, 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 blah. But the truth of the matter is, those fucking Facebook admins get offended by the even slightest fucking digression. And I don't give them the opportunity. I mean, I have no desire to either, but I don't give them the fucking opportunity. And they don't like that because, well, as from The Simpsons, Police Chief Wiggum said, the law is not there to help you. It is there to punish people. And, unfortunately, I would like to believe otherwise, but from what I've seen, I'm sorry. To me, it just looks like they're a predatory agency that just goes after people. That's just what I see. Maybe they've been conditioned to do so because there are bad characters out there. But, I think part of it is that they've got some sort of psychological problem with them as an agency as a whole. And this person who had been commenting on my videos, he went, "Oh, you don't have the right for this legal ramification," things like that. One thing, I don't know who the fuck he is. I don't know. His name doesn't mean anything to me, if it is a him. His profile picture, which was some sort of fucked up seabird of some type. I'm not gonna say a penguin because then it might associate with another person I had problems with on YouTube. But and he's like, "Well, you go to any lawyer and they'll say the same thing." And you know what? That was the one thing I was inclined to believe with him on. And that's because I'm an involuntary celibate. That's because I've been zeroed out. That's because anything I do, there's some asshole watching, just waiting for the opportunity to pounce on it and fucking punish me for it. And it could be just the smallest thing. And it isn't because I did anything wrong. It's because they fucked up. They made assumptions that just aren't accurate. They, pulled the high and mighty, high horse, sanctimonious attitude, and they were wrong. Just fucking wrong. And unfortunately, for a bureaucratic agency, when they are wrong, there are legal ramifications. And when they start trying to cover up their wrongdoing, that's called corruption, which is criminal activity, actually. And yeah, bureaucrats, they can be punished under the criminal code. Not the same way, may take a bit longer, but guess what? You got enough patience, got enough allies, you're situated in the right spot, don't worry. They're going to get a stack of paper on their desk. They ain't going to like what it says. And it may cost them their jobs, their pension, benefits, and all those sorts of things. And you know what? A guy like me, whom they've tried to destroy, and I didn't do anything to them, didn't do anything to anybody. Um, I'm sorry there, mister, but fuck off. Fuck you and your fucking problems. You tried to destroy me, and it didn't work. And you tried to destroy me on the flimsiest of pretexts because you've got a fucking tiny little fucking penis. And this is how you get your fucking jollies, isn't it? That you get to fucking come at me and fucking try and destroy me. Now, I gotta be careful about using the term tiny penis because a feminist, and that could be man or woman, modern day philosophy suggests that a man with a tiny penis could also mean man who doesn't get much action, which would be me, or man who, is uh, easily fallen into a trap where he's kind of like stuck with the woman for like a very long time. And, that's not me. I gotta say, I mean, as an involuntary celibate, I've been for many years. I'm actually a handsome man. A lot of chicks like me. It's just a fact. I mean, the bureaucrats and the Facebook admins and the YouTube admins can deny that all they want, but it's just not the facts. And, it's different rules for different fools. And, I don't have to buy into their shit. And it's important that people know it doesn't matter if someone's in a position of authority. You question them before they question you because they will be far more vicious if you allow them to do that. And as I said, you don't exactly have to have done anything wrong. If they just decide they want to question you because they want to pad their statistics, make themselves look better, they will do it. And I don't just mean, like setting up traffic cameras and catching people speeding. Okay, that's an honorable thing to do because people shouldn't speed. But when they, are a different type of bureaucrat and they're after different sorts of things, they like to zero on people. And quite often they are wrong. And when they're wrong, that's very bad for the person that they were wrong against because the person that they were wrong against may have no idea of what they've done because they're slimy, underhanded, bureaucratic tactics. And they think that they're just going to walk away and it's like, whatever. And no, 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 no. There are fucking audits within your own agency that are going to point out your incompetency. And if, like I said, if it costs you your job, your pension, whatever, I won't shed a tear for you. I just will not give a fuck. And if I'm supposed to be bothered by that because someone will go, oh, but this person was really interested in your best interest. You can trust me. I'm a bureaucrat. Sorry, I have to point out, getting loud, bullshit, angry, and telling a simplistic narrative and telling me I have to believe it isn't convincing. As a matter of fact, not only is it not convincing, it does the opposite. It convinces me that you're a fucking liar and that you will do anything to get your way. And people that are like that, I don't care what fucking job you have. I don't care what you do. I don't care what training you had to get that job. You are a piece of fucking trash. I know it's not what they want to hear. They want to hear that, oh, Mr. Iron Drac, um, he's a confused, stupid individual, and he has anger management issues, and he has, because he's an involuntary celibate, he has a dislike and distrust of women, and everything that's associated with that with mainstream media, which was one of the complaints I had about this asshole who was commenting on my fucking video. He started saying, no, you're an incel. And, I made it a point to say, there are incels and involuntary celibates. They are two separate things. I don't care if one of them's just the shortened version, theoretically, to the other. It does not apply to me. It's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm not going to get tagged in the fucking group being labeled with them sacks of shit that the media portrays as being the incels, the very few times they talk about it. Because what a lot of people don't understand about involuntary celibates is that there are a lot of them out there. And there are various reasons of why that is. And it's not just men. There are a lot of women out there that are like that too. Mostly it's because they're butt ugly. And because they're butt ugly, they don't get much attention. And when they don't get much attention, they get a little bitter, a little miserable, a little grouchy. And when that happens, then nobody wants to be around them. It's as simple as that. It's not that they're worth anything, which is the exact opposite of me. I actually happen to be worth something. Ain't got a bad physog from certain angles, of course. Everyone's got bad angles, but I got advantages, and it's actually, unfortunately, I didn't know, I didn't think that this was going to happen. When I started making YouTube videos, I just went, this is just for fun. I thought that I was sending information and trying to like almost be like a news reporter of some kind, or whatever, just whatever I was thinking at the time. I think about a lot of things, so I'm not always constantly remembering exactly what I said 2 years ago. I don't think there is anyone out there that does. Difference is I talked about it on the YouTube and they did not. So I'm not going to take a fucking lecture for some shithead whom I don't know who it is and would never make a YouTube video of his own. Assume it was a he, who even knows? Because as I said, it was, a profile picture with a name. That could be anything. And these people are a bunch of dumb fucks. They really are, and, their future behavior will be predictable. They can't stand guys like me. They can't stand people who contradict the system because of their gross incompetency. That's not my fault that they're grossly incompetent. That's their fault. I'm just trying to live my life, go about my thing, try to make some money, live a happy life. That's what I want to do. But if they're gonna, because I said they're gonna come after me. That is just a fact. One way or another, they're fucking gonna come after me. It don't matter that I've done nothing wrong. It's the fact that they have to cover up that they fucked up. That's what the real issue is. And then you go, yeah, that's kind of accusing the bureaucracy of corruption. The bureaucracy's never been corrupt. Oh, it never has it? Why don't you take a little delve into history? And you ain't got to go as far as 1963 to find it. I'm sure you could find corruption if you're in the right sources and you're able to get the information from last fucking week. So don't fucking talk to me about fucking corruption and how the fucking government isn't responsible for criminal actions. And I ain't just talking about their shit overseas. I'm talking about the shit they do here to fucking supposedly their own citizens. And they do it on a daily basis, and they think they can get away with it. And, the problem is, should they go, all right, we're sick of this guy, I know how to get rid of him, we'll just get a chick to come along with a potato sack, and that'll be the end of it. She'll drag him off to her cave, and he'll never make a YouTube video again, and therefore he'll be gone. Guess what, you dumb sacks of shit? Loose lips sink ships. And there are plenty of loose lips in your ship. So guess what? Doesn't matter what you think about me, your ship's gonna sink. And I'm not anti-establishment. I'm not a revolutionary. I'm not any of that sort of stuff. I'm against people who are trying to fuck me over, and because they were unable to fuck me over as badly as they wanted to before, are in the future planning, premeditating to fuck me over even worse. Like, what am I supposed to think? Like, am I just supposed to sit back and go, all right, that's okay. They can come along and fuck me over. I don't care. No. I'm going to put up a kind of a Trump-style wall and keep these people out. And it doesn't have to be a physical thing, just as long as them assholes and the bitches that come with them don't affect my daily life, then this theoretical wall that I'm talking about, metaphorical, has done its job. Because guess what? I'm not being bought off with some fucking floozy from the bureaucracy. I'm talking about ones particularly with like sleeve art tattoos and nose piercings and just basically the worst whore they can find. And basically they went, that's the woman with the potato sack dragging her off to her cave, and yada yada yada. I have my chicks that I like, and there are a lot of chicks that know me through my social media, or at least know part of me through my social media, whom I've not met directly. And the thing is, I'm under no obligation, despite the amount of paperwork or whatever the hell they've had to do, to even acknowledge their existence. And I'm not going to do that, especially if I start seeing personality traits in them that I dislike. And if I happen to detect that they're imposing their ideological beliefs on chicks I happen to do like, and I will find out, guess what? I will actively pursue them as being predators and aggressors, and that's all criminal activity, and it don't matter if you're a fucking bureaucrat or not. As a matter of fact, if you look throughout history, most of the big time scams, corruption, scandals, and shit like that have been done by people within the system. So don't give me this shit that because you fucking went through a training course and learned all the fundamental flaws of a system, that somehow you're better, that you're always right, because you ain't, you stupid cocksucker. You just aren't. And I'm no Superman. I'm a little rough around the edges. I got my problems, but they're nothing compared to the kind of shit that those fuckheads get up to. And if they expect me to bend over backwards just because they like to flaunt their authority like they're some sort of fucking, I don't know, hallway monitor or some shit like that, um, I would suggest that they go to a horrible place like Cuba and try exercising their authority over there. See what it gets them. Because odds are it'll get them exactly what they deserve. And, you know, obviously I'm not comparing myself to Cuba, but if they start exercising their authority around me, I don't exactly have to know what's going on, but you know what? Play my cards right? I don't have to. In a poker game, you don't have to know what your opponent's up to. You just have to know that you're better than them. And guess what? In this particular situation, I am better than the people who are trying to get me. The bureaucracy. The sacks of shit that just don't like me and things like that. Just because of who I am as a person. And just because I don't go with the mainstream narrative, because when you think about it, it's a bunch of stupid shit, and who the fuck is gonna go along with it? We live in a fucking crazier world than people like to think. And the people who don't understand that are the simpleton, stupid idiots. And okay, you want to be a simpleton, stupid idiot? That's your call. But I don't want to be a simpleton, stupid idiot. So I'm going to think a little bit more constructively. So to summarize, I understand that people are watching my videos, and most of them I don't like. And some of them would consider themselves friends of mine, although they have interests that are not my interests. So I would consider them not friends of mine. And any significant event in my life, like, you know, big time party or whatever, because I'm such a badass, they may think they have an invitation, but guess what? I'll be all too happy to tell them right to their face, you ain't invited, don't come around here, get out of my sight, never return. And some people are going to think I'm a jerk for doing that. That's fine, because those people are far worse. And, you know, a lot of them, I really hope they lose their shirts. I really hope they get fired. I really hope they get reprimanded. I hope they lose their pensions. I hope they get in a lot of trouble with the supervisors. And I just don't give a damn. Just don't give a damn. And even the ones that fucked me over before started watching my videos, feeling a little bit more sympathetic for me, and, you know, maybe turned a new leaf or whatever, and started to try to help me, you know, after digging me this big giant ditch for me to get out. Believe me, I will find you out easily, because, you know, bureaucrats actually aren't very good at lying. And as I'm suspicious of everyone as it is, it's only a matter of time. I know how to ask questions and project my, you know, ideological beliefs and things like that in a way that will flush them out. And when they are flushed out, get rid of them, get them out of here. And I don't care if it's a pretty chick. I don't care if it's a dude who's associated with, I don't know, maybe the National Hockey League or whatever. You piss me off, you get the fuck out of here. On that note, hello, my friends. Fuck you, my enemies, and have a pleasant the rest of your day. Unless you're an enemy of mine, then I hope you trip and fucking get a splinter up your dick. Anyway, talk to you guys later.